And like, so Brakata Yahweh, Brakata Yashai, Brakata Yahweh, Brakata Yashai, Brakata Yahweh, Brakata Yashai. First and foremost, you want to give our praises and honor and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem, Rakakadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders who rule at a great millstone, and a blessed sanitation to the Akiums and the folk on the earth, pushing the gospel and sincerity. Truth. The Shalom.
Shalom.
Right? His brother Yawada.
Brother Korah.
Right? We're gonna touch on I was hearing the news this morning, lunchtime today, right? And it was talking about the farmers in Trinidad and Tobago. They was talking about what the earthquake did, right? The earthquake that we had last month, the 6.9 earthquake, and it was complaining how it destroyed the roads and the land, the farmland, and the government, the agriculture minister promised them that they're going to relocate them and give them land to continue doing the agriculture, but so far they received no assistance. So, it's just to show that the Most High gonna destroy your crops. The Most High gonna destroy your farmlands, right? You're gonna bring a drought in this place. Because we need time of judgment, right? Anything to start with? Start with second and just 15 one.
The second address
9, not 9. 9-1.
Second address 9 verse 1.
Yeah, his spirit. Yeah.
He answered me then and said, Measure thou the time diligently in itself, and when thou seest part of the signs pass, which I have told thee before, then shalt thou understand that it is the very same time wherein the highest will begin to visit the world which he made. Right? So now is the time the Messiah will not visit the world, right? Because it's wickedness, right? Wickedness has come upon the land, it's polluted the land.
Done.
But now the time the Messiah will bring wrath, to bring vengeance.
Done.
Right? Therefore, when there shall be seen earthquakes and uproars of the people in the world, then shalt thou well understand that the Messiah spake of those things from the days that were before thee, even from the beginning. So this is what the Messiah say, right? Three prophets, he prophets out on the highways and the byways was warning them.
Done.
What was to come? What come in? It turn back, it turn around, repent, turn back to Ba'ashem Yahushai. But they ain't listening to the prophet, they despise the Messiah words. So now is the time the Messiah is gonna bring wrath.
Done. That's
what we see now.
Done.
That's why I say measure the time diligently. We're seeing these signs happening right now. Uproar the people, the crying out.
Earthquake in diverse places, right? And the Most High say we see this time, when we see these signs, know that it's the time that the Most High gonna visit this place. That's why we see so much disaster, right? Because the Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai is visiting this place, and he gonna put things back in order, right? Because these nations that over us, they are children. Yeah, the Most High he can give us children to be our prince. So when you leave a child unattended, it's chaos when you come back, because the child leave unattended, and these nations are child, and they corrupt the whole earth, especially with the so-called white man. He's the biggest child on the planet. That's why the scripture refers to him as a fool. Right? You understand? So these heathen nations, they are children in the spirit. Right? They're not fit to rule. So Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua set up his men, put them out there on the highways and byways to speak to the nation of Israel, tell them salvation is to them, they need to repent, and that 2/3 of people are going to be cut off and die, and these heathen nations, they're going into captivity. They're going to be destroyed. The so-called white man kingdom going to be destroyed, and the Hebrew Israelites, we're going to rule the planet forevermore. Right? So, hey, there was beautiful news this morning, right? We see this article, so, to the Most High tell we, hey, give diligence, right? And all we see in these signs, by looking at the news and we see the signs in the news, right? And we see the drought that the Most High bring on the land, or the Most High destroying the farms.
Because it's sorrow all over.
Can.
Right? People crying out.
Yeah, the cry out for the sorrow, but yet still that's still wicked. You understand? They're still wicked. You know, they want peace, they want safety, but the works are evil. Yeah, go ahead.
The second Ezra 16, start at verse 18. In the beginning of sorrow and great mourning, the beginning of famine and great death,
Good.
the beginning of wars, and the power shall stand in fear, the beginning of evil. What shall I do when these evil shall come? Right? So you go say, what are you gonna do when these evil come? Right? Because guess what? Who they're gonna tell to? They're gonna cry unto God that cannot save,
Good.
that cannot deliver. All right, so that people they're gonna die by the sword.
Good.
Right? They're gonna die by this hunger. Right? They behold famine and plagues, tribulation and anguish as sin, as scourges for amendment,
Good.
which means a correction.
Good.
Most I saying he's saying it to correct me, right? And yet that you all just seeing what going through, and yet what they do want to turn back, right? He said, but for all these things they shall not turn from their wickedness, nor be always mindful of the scourges. Right? So we know they're not going to turn back from their wickedness. You know, they just see the elect. But the elect will get the word, you know, the elect will turn back and say, oh, about Shem Yoshai.
Good.
But today people, they ain't going to turn from the wickedness. That's why he said, let the multitude perish, who was born in vain.
That's right. That's exactly what I'm doing. So the Most High said these evil, which is these earthquake, these mudslide, right? These different floods, these droughts. It's you Israelite amend your ways. You understand? But you know, but tutorial you are not gonna take heed. You are gonna be caught up in these plagues. Right? This is the Trinidad and Tobago Guardian, and this is Friday, September 14, 2018. Right? And this is Los Iros farmers still waiting for a relocation. Right? And this is what happened during the 6.9 earthquake we had this last month. Right? It's an earthquake displaced farmers from Los Iros are begging the Minister of Agriculture, Clarence Arat, to make good on his promise to relocate them. It has been almost a month since 100 acres of arable farmland were destroyed in the 6.9 magnitude earthquake. Since the farmer have been unable to sow or harvest their crops. So hey, this is really 6.9 did. You know, it destroyed the road, you know, and destroyed the crops. You understand? See all these coconut trees, you see that leaning there, like the, you know. This is what the Most High did. Right? Right, it's Niobe Mutura, who who cultivate 5 acres, said it break his heart to see peel and pepper and other crops go to waste. I am extremely disappointed and depressed because time is passing and nothing is being done to relocate us in a timely manner, he said. Matura said when Ramorat visited on August 23rd, he assured that all productive farmers would be relocated as soon as possible. However, Matura said engineers from the ministry are now saying that they cannot relocate because he does not have a lease to the land. So he don't have a lease to the land. So they say he can't be relocated. So, you know, whoever he supply with pepper and different kind of crops, you know, right now, you know, he can't supply them. So there's one There's one supplier out indefinitely. You understand? Nothing he could do, right? Nothing he could do. So the Most High not playing. You people think the Most High playing. The Most High see he can send a famine in the land. Most High not playing, right? You so-called Trinidadians, you are Israelite. You so-called Negroes, Latins, and Native American Indian. They want to monkey yourself around the place, seeing all these signs, but just say you're not taking heed. You're still worshiping these false gods. You understand? Still being wicked. You women still committing adultery. You men still being faggot. You understand? You Israelite men still being niggas, still killing one another because this one can't come with this black. Still selling drugs to your brother and sister. Still being a false witness. All these things you are seeing, you are not checking yourself. Right? They say he called on Ramarat to organize to have a pawn dog Salakia. So yeah, he said I have pepper to pick. He said that crop was supposed to last over 6 month period, but since the pond dry up after the earthquake, the field is drying. But Ture said, so the Most High destroy the pond, right? We'll provide the water for them. You understand? This really Most High did to them, right? So he said he called on Ramarat to organize to have the pond dug once more to save what was left of the agriculture estate. Right? He said Los Iros, I view Farmers Association President, this was Rashian Ramaje, said he was also hoping the relocation process could be done quickly. We are just waiting on the ministry and no one has told us anything. He said they repaired the road and work is ongoing right now, but we are still waiting to see what will happen. Farmers are really suffering. We are, yeah, you understand? And this is gonna happen. This is gonna happen. When the Most High bring the famine, you can't put no seed in the ground. Like these dumb niggas say they're going to farm. How you gonna farm in a famine? A famine is a drought. Where you getting water from? Right? It's farmers are really suffering. We are not satisfied, right? Which is Ramoji said. Right? So hey, these farmers they complaining, right? They complaining because the Most High send an earthquake and destroy the farmland. Right? Yeah, it's like say yeah,
Yeah, that spark the Most High going and do it to break that stuff up, right?
Good.
Right? We're gonna dry up these rivers, dry up these ponds, to destroy crops, right? It's like breaking that stuff up, right? Right? That famine coming, right? Yeah. Yeah.
It's Isaiah 29 and 6. He said, thou shalt be visited with the earthquake.
Isaiah 29 verse 6 said, thou shalt be visited of the Lord Yahweh, Basham Yahushai, of hosts, with thunder and with earthquake, and great noise, with storm and tempest, and the flame of devouring fire.
Done. Yeah, so the Most High send earthquake here. Right? Dumb nigga would say natural disaster. The Most High govern everything. The Most High control everything. Sirach 18 and 3. So a dumb nigga will say this natural disaster. Not everything that you see, it go according to the Heavenly Father order. Either it's good or bad, it go according to the Heavenly Father order. You 2018, you dumb niggas still talking about natural disaster. Not want to give the Most High no glory. Most High who do all these things. Right? He said that. Say, I form the light I create and I create darkness. I make peace and I create evil. I, the Lord, do all these things. It's Moses who brings sorrow and hell on you dumb niggas. You understand? Yeah, go ahead.
Amos 3:6 says, shall a trumpet be blown in the city, and the people not be afraid?
Yeah.
Shall there be evil in a city, and the Lord Yahweh had not done it? So the Mosai were doing this. He create everything.
God.
And it's he was doing he that bringeth evil
God.
and good.
That's right. Evil is sorrow, distress, misery. That's really what evil means. Have it?
18.
Yeah, 18 and 3.
It says Sirach 18 verse 3.
Yeah.
He said, who governeth the world with the palm of his hand?
Let's have on the top.
Ecclesiasticus 18 verse 1.
Yeah.
He that liveth forever had created all things in general.
Yeah.
The Lord only is righteous, and there is none other but he.
So the Lord only is righteous, and there is none other but he. Go ahead.
Right? And he said there is none good but one.
And
Is the Heavenly Father.
that's right.
Right? He said, who governeth the world with the palm of his hand,
Yeah.
and all things obey his will.
Yeah.
For he is the king of all. By his power, divided holy things among them from profane.
Yes, he governed the earth to the palm in his hand, and all things obey his will. Not something. All things obey his will. Right? So he said he's gonna bring a famine, he's gonna bring drought. He said that. Right? He's gonna destroy you, so-called white rulership, your kingdom. All you heathens, he's gonna destroy y'all too.
And even there's a cut for the Christians, but like they say, it's a war in heaven and Michael and the angel, Mosiah,
All
house
things.
of order.
Yeah.
Right? Mosiah create all things.
Well, in the heavenly realms, there's order. The Christian is a bunch of demons. All right, let me just run. This is in Afghanistan. The Mosai dried them up. You understand? And this was recently too. This is yeah, 30th of September 2018. This is recently. Right? The Mosai dried them up. It's a day ago.
Stopped falling earlier this year, many Afghans knew that trouble was coming, but they never imagined that the subsequent drought would be so bad they'd be forced to leave their homes to survive. The UN says in the first week of September, 120,000 displaced people arrived in Kala Inau, the provincial capital of Badghis province. Others ended up in this camp for displaced people in neighboring Herat. I'm a widow with 2 children. We came here because we were starving. Drought destroyed our crops of wheat. The land is too dry to grow anything. Reduced snowfall.
You hear that? In a drought, the land is too dry to grow anything. For you retarded niggas who like to say, oh, hey, we're gonna farm. We're gonna farm in the farming. We can get a piece of land and we're gonna farm. Even if you got a farm and you got food in the farm, how are you defending it? Them dumb.
Scarce rains in northwest Afghanistan have caused the drought disaster. There's a shortage of drinking water and grazing land for cattle. The UN says 250,000 Afghans have abandoned their homes so far this year in search of water. That's 5 times the number displaced by fighting between government forces and Taliban and ISIL fighters during the same period. More than 2 million people are at risk of not having enough to eat. The UN says $115 million is needed to help those affected.
We've now got 250,000
Yes,
displaced.
the most I am playing. So hey, the most I start destroying the farmlands. The most I drying up them ponds where the farmers get the water from. The most I am playing. You understand? Y'all think this is a joke thing. You understand? Our skin teeth, right? This is what I just played. I just play Afghanistan Day. There's Afghanistan. This is in Iraq. This is in Iraq now. Right? The most I am playing.
Iraq's Diwania province fields lie empty for lack of water. The country is facing an unusually harsh drought this year. So harsh that in mid-June, the Agriculture Ministry suspended the cultivation.
So here, let me see when this published. This was this was on July 9th, 2018.
Of rice, corn, and other cereals, which need large quantities of water, leaving local farmers furious over the decision.
Do they want us to die? Want to cultivate the vegetables and the wheat? We supposed to go beg in the streets?
Among the crops at risk is amber rice, dubbed royal rice by Iraqis. The long grain variety takes its name from its aroma, similar to that of amber resin.
It's the best type of rice in Iraq. Before, we'd export it to Gulf states, and even Syria, Lebanon. Is this rice different in terms of taste and fragrance?
More than 70% of the amber crop is grown here in Diwania and neighboring Najaf province. In total, the variety makes up over a third of the 100,000 tons of rice grown in Iraq every year. The Agriculture Ministry's decision to slash crops this season comes as the country's water resources continue to dwindle.
Amber rice is excellent quality rice. It's good for the economy of the state and the consumption of citizens. Now, because of the water shortage, look at the state of our land, our economic status, our livelihood. Our lives depend on agriculture.
The government says it will compensate farmers, particularly rice producers, but many fear that promise will not be kept, jeopardizing the centuries-long tradition of growing the amber variety and its treasured place.
Yeah, so hey, Yahweh Hashem, Yahweh Shai bringing hell in this place. You understand? Most I bringing hell in this place. And this is recent video shout around the world. Right? Yeah, the other piece of that. On the second as well.
The second Ezra 15, verse 5. Say, behold, said the Lord, I will bring plagues upon the world, the sword, famine, death, and destruction, for wickedness had exceedingly polluted the whole earth.
Yeah, the earth is a wicked place. Right? Let me get a piece of back up. The earth is wicked because we have wicked rulers. Right? And the earth was given into the hand of the wicked, which is the so-called white race. Right? This earth was given into the hands of the wicked. Right? This is Job 9:24. Right? And these pastors don't read these scriptures. Right? You don't read these scriptures. This is Job 9:24. The earth is given into the hands of the wicked. He covered the faces of the judges thereof. If not, where and who is he? Right? He covered the face of the judges thereof. Which one of the faces of the judges he covered? Which is our Lord and Savior Yahweh Shai. Put himself up as the Messiah. Right? Which is Serapis Christos, so-called white man who you call Jesus. That's Serapis Christos. You understand? Cover the face of the judges. Yahweh Shai. Yahweh Shai is a judge. Right? You understand? He covered the faces of the disciples and the apostles. Put himself as well. Put them as so-called Caucasian. Put the angels white. Put the Mosiah as white. Put the Israelites as white. Israelites are the judges of the earth. You understand? This is Job 9:24. He said, the earth is given into the hands of the wicked. He covered the faces of the judges thereof. He said, if not, where and who is he? Right? Now we all know the wicked is the so-called white race. Right? In Malachi again, yes, your first Maccabees start from 1 and then we jump to verse 7. Right? We go show you who's the wicked. Right? This is Malachi chapter 1, verse Malachi chapter 1, verse 4. He said, whereas Edom said, we are impoverished, but we will return and build the desolate places. Thus said the Lord of hosts, they shall build, but I will throw down, and they shall call them the bard of wickedness. Yeah, and anyway you Edomite says, hey, there's the bard of wickedness. You understand? If you establish yourself, there's the bard of wickedness, right? You Edomites are you so-called white people. You are the offspring of Esau, right? He said, whereas Edom said, we are impoverished, but we will return and build the desolate places. And they did return and build the desolate places. You understand? They did return and build back the empire. This is the second leg of the Roman Empire. But the Most High is going to show it down. Right? He said, but we will return and build the desolate place. Thus said the Lord of hosts, they shall build, but I will throw down. And they shall call them the bard of wickedness, and the people against whom the Lord have indignation forever. So, hey, you Christian, who's these people that the Most High have indignation ever with? These people live in the earth. And they said they're going to return and build. Who's these people? Right? So the so-called white man is the wicked. Right? That's what the brother said. The whole earth full of wickedness. Right? And why the earth full of wickedness? Because who ruling the so-called white man? We get to it.
First Maccabees 1, verse 1. See, and it happened after that Alexander, son of Philip,
Yeah.
the Macedonian, who came out of the land of Chittim,
Yeah.
and smitten Darius, king of Persia and Medes,
Yeah.
that he reigned instead the first over Greece.
First over Greece. Okay. Alexander was a Edomite. So-called white man, a Edomite. Right? Jump to verse 7.
Verse 7. Okay, so Alexander reigned 12 years and then died,
Yeah.
and his servant bare rule everyone in his place.
Yeah.
And after his death, they all put crowns upon themselves.
There's Alexander 4 general. Yeah.
So they did their sons after them
Yeah.
many years,
Yeah.
and evils will multiply in the earth.
And evil will multiply the earth. So when you so-called white people rule and evil is multiplied, that's why the scripture you better read in 2nd Ezra, is that the earth is full of wickedness. Right? The earth is full of wickedness. You got the wicked ruling. So hey, the Most High about to judge the earth. You understand? This place is gonna be judged, and the Most High gonna bring what famine, he gonna bring drought, he gonna bring heat wave, he gonna send pestilence, right? The economy gonna collapse, race war, martial law, the RFID microchip gonna become mandatory. And when you Israelite take the chip, you're gonna be destroyed. God, we exhorting you not to take that chip. You understand? World War III. So at least this is the Most High indignation, his righteous anger, his judgment. You understand? This is 1 John 5 and 19. He said, and we know that we are of the Most High, and the whole world lies in wickedness. You understand? So the Most High gonna judge his place. Right? Where
You know?
No. So after the second lecture, that's prove that hey, the so-called white man is the wicked. You understand? Right? So you're gonna read back the you can read back. Okay, just read it. Second lecture. Yeah.
Second Ezra 15, verse 6. He said, for wickedness hath exceedingly pollute the whole earth,
Yeah.
and their hurtful works are fulfilled.
Yeah, the hurtful works are fulfilled. Yeah, go ahead.
Therefore said the Lord, I will hold my tongue no more as touching their wickedness,
Yeah.
which they profanely commit. Neither will I suffer them in those things in which they wickedly exercise themselves. Behold, the innocent and righteous blood crieth unto me, and the souls of the just complain continually.
Yeah, this is man, the Lord who complaining continually to Yahweh Hashem Yahushai to come and destroy this place and give out to this place. So that these dumb niggas saying, oh, y'all only complaining, y'all begging. If y'all God put y'all in slavery and put the white man over y'all, why y'all don't shut y'all mouth and take y'all punishment? But the most I say what?
The the innocent and righteous blood cried unto me,
Yeah.
and the souls of the just complain continually.
The soul of the just complain continually. We complain to the Heavenly Father about the abomination. You understand? About the idolatry, the homosexuality, the lesbianism, unjust laws. You understand? Only for wickedness. And the most I see and the most I hearing, and the most I can take matter into his own hand.
That's right.
And this we see with these droughts and these farmland drying up, these ponds drying up. This will be seeing. You understand? This is not no joke thing. Alright? Yeah. I'm with it. Is it? Yeah, so me run this side of the video.
In New South Wales, once fertile swathes of farmland are now barren.
Been here all my life, and it's the worst I've ever seen. 58 years.
Ashley Whitney has turned to cutting the branches of kurrajong trees, his cattle. It's the last resort, but farmers across the region are spending tens of thousands of dollars a week on animals normally be able to graze for free.
Cattle can live a long time on no food, they can't live very long with no water. So where do we go from here? I've got no idea.
2 years without substantial rainfall, the second hottest summer on record, and now a dry autumn and winter have sucked all the moisture from these normally fruitful
2 years without rainfall. And this is in Australia. No? And this was published on the 1st of August 2018.
plains. 80% of the state is in drought. The local government has stepped in with an extra $370 million in relief funds. Those include transport subsidies for food and water. Farmers say they're having to bring in hay from further away. Costs are rising. And it's not just financial strain.
I find drought's a little bit like cancer. It sort of eats away at you. It just gets drier and drier and more severe and more severe and impacting on your life a lot worse.
70 years ago, Margot's husband Tom was born in the house they live in. They want their children to take over the farm, but they're worried what they'll be able to leave them.
I do feel a little neglected at times in that people in the cities really don't understand how hard it is to put the food on their shelves. If they've got water and food on the shelves in the supermarket, then life's pretty good. But for us, the only way that we can get life any better is for God to send us the rain.
And it just
You hear
made
that? You hear the Edomite woman said, sometimes she could be a Jake in the spirit. You understand? But she look like an Edomite. You should say, the only time they can survive is if the Most High send rain. But you dumb niggas want to say about natural disaster. You understand? The Most High who doing this, the Most High who drying up these pond, drying up your crops, destroying your farmland. The Most High doing that. See, you're gonna visit the world that He make. You understand? But you dumb niggas don't want to get the Most High no glory. You understand? But there was Australia, you know. Well, I think I'd one with South Africa. Yeah, this one with South Africa. Right.
Agricultural sector, which is quite productive, but we've been using it without any regulation, any significant regulation until now. So only recently in 2014 did California pass the Sustainable Groundwater Management Act to try to slow the depletion of groundwater. But still, that will take a couple of decades to fully implement.
And what about other cities in areas where perhaps, I mean, you think of California, it's got a coastline. Perhaps if it spends a ton of money, it can turn salt water into fresh water and take all the energy that it takes to do that. But there are lots of cities around the United States that don't have access to clean and fresh drinking water, and perhaps not a water table like California does.
That's right, and I'm glad you mentioned that, because one of the issues in Cape Town is the lack of development of groundwater. And so the future, I think, in many cities around the world is a combination of surface and groundwater use managed jointly, some sewage recycling, some desalination if possible, lots of conservation, of course, maybe changes in water pricing. We like to say there's no silver bullet, there's no one size fits all. So there will be region by region solutions. That said, I think cities are sustainable. I think the bigger challenge for the global population is growing food in these conditions that we're seeing globally in satellites that revealed, as shown in the animation, the disappearance of groundwater. So I think on the one hand, we have sustainable cities in terms of water supply for drinking and economic growth and energy production, but not necessarily for food production. So this is a big issue that I don't think that desalination and sewage recycling are going to resolve.
You know, we just saw some of the consequences or some of the challenges that people are facing in Cape Town right now. But we also have a map of what's happened in the Middle East over the past 15, 20 years. And you can see, and people might not see the borders on this page, we're talking about parts of Iran and, very importantly, parts of Syria. And as Syria kind of increases in that drought area, then you probably saw a huge surge of people rushing into the cities and creating some of the political instability that preceded the Civil War.
That is the narrative that has emerged. And I think, there are many hotspots like the Middle East and like we see in California around the world, in India, on the India-Pakistan border, into Bangladesh, the North China Plain, the Barney Aquifer down in South America. These are all regions where violent conflict is a real possibility, and in some places already happening, for example, in the Middle East.
California was on the brink of their own day zero until you basically had one good rainy season. But what we're also seem to be seeing is that the intensity of the rainstorms are increasing. So it's not just kind of that California is evenly getting spring.
Yeah, so hey, the most I drying up this place, the most I bringing hell in this place. We want to give our praises and honor and glory to Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai, Ba'ashem HaKadosh. Destroy this wicked and demonic place. Done. Let up.
Right? To see but we know what this video is in Iran, South Africa,
Done.
Afghanistan, all these places were happening. Right? Because they all want to kill back there, Ba'ashem Yahushai, you want to worship all these false gods. Right? There's 2nd Ezra 16. I'll start at verse 35. Say, hear now these things and understand them, ye servants of the Lord. Behold, the word of the Lord, they receive it. Believe not the gods of whom the Lord spake. Right? Because the Mosai spake and told us, don't go and worship these gods of these strange nations. Right? Say, behold, the plagues draw near and are not slack. Right? So the plague them is slack, it's tight, it's contracting, it's coming.
You're hearing this JXA complain about the sun, and there's a drought too, there's a heat wave. Right?
He says, as when a woman, a child, in the 9th month, bringeth forth the son, with 2 or 3 hours of her birth, great pains compass her womb, which pains, when the child cometh forth, they slack not a moment. Right? He said, even so shall not the plagues be slack to come upon the earth, and the world shall mourn, and sorrow shall come upon it on every side.
On every side. That's why you see the farms them in Trinidad and Tobago drying up. The farmlands, the Mosai destroyed the farmlands with the 6.9 earthquake that happened last month. We've seen it in South Africa, we've seen it in Australia. all these farmers they complaining about the drought, no rain. See the Iraq, Afghanistan, right? We see the heat wave in California, right? We recently see the typhoon in Japan, and also that a 6.4 earthquake, mudslide, landslide. You understand? So hey, we seen earthquake in diverse places. Seen uprooted people all across the globe in France, in Italy, Germany, in South America. We seen that the uprooted people. We seen Argentina economy in limbo right now. And Venezuela going through the affliction a couple of years now and getting worse, right? So you niggas still scoffing and still mocking and laughing. Script the Most High says better to die by the sword than to die by hunger. And a lot of you niggas gonna die by hunger, right? Because the Most High bringing that drought, not playing.
Luke 21 verse 11.
Yeah,
And great earthquake shall be in diverse places,
yeah.
and famine and pestilence and fearful signs.
Famine and pestilence. And drought is bring famine. The Most High drying up all these pond. The Most High not sending no rain. So the rain, the pond not gonna get no water. And wherever water the pond get dry up. The Most High not sending no rain. The Most High drying up your crops. And then you have this big tariff war between America and China. And you have America putting sanction on all these nations and putting tariff on the goods that come into America because America is the biggest consumer on the face of the earth. So when these people bring in the goods to America to sell, they gotta pay a high tax on the goods. So the people gonna start. They're gonna start doing. They're gonna like what China say. China say, yo, let me stop sending the goods to America and deviate from there and send it somewhere else. When you have to pay the tax. So we think gonna happen. When this war, when these people say, you know what, hey, the hell what they say, you know what you can do, we can start shooting with missiles. What's gonna happen when all hell break loose, when these docks close down, no boat can come into these islands and bring food. We're gonna have to use dumb niggas who were scoffing all the time, who were making buck, who don't wanna take heed and turn back. I think I'm there are gonna be destroyed. Right? Well,
and fearful signs and great signs shall there be from heaven.
So we had last year we had a solar eclipse, and this year we had the blood moon. And these are signs for what destruction on the face of the planet. Most likely gonna bring destruction. Right? Go ahead, continue. Yeah. Right. I think your note of verse 20 is 21. Listen. The perplexity. Yeah. 25 and 26.
Luke 21 verse 25 and 26.
Yeah.
And there shall be signs in the sun and in the moon,
Yeah.
and in the stars, and upon the earth distress of nations.
Yeah, distress. You see the damn farmers, they're going through distress right now. You understand? Because that's how they survive. That's how the people in the city eat. That's how they make their money to take care of the family. You understand? So distress. People complain about the government, complain about the taxes, complain about everything with this system, after our fun, the world system go back to a pit. You understand? So the people complaining, right?
And upon the earth distress of nation with perplexity.
Yeah.
The sea and the waves roaring. Men hearts failing them for fear.
Yeah, especially these scoffers, they are gonna be in fear. Who don't respect the name of Yahweh Hashem Yahushai.
That's right.
Who come up against the men of the Lord, who come up against the Most High doctrine. Most High said you are gonna be in fear. Go ahead.
And men's heart feeling them for fear
Yeah.
and for looking after those things which are coming on the earth.
Yeah.
For the power of heaven shall be shaken.
Yeah.
And then shall they see the Son of Man coming in the clouds with power and with glory.
God. Yeah. I was trying to return in this chariot, so the one going to guard UFO. Right? Yeah, go ahead.
This is Haggai 1 verse 11.
Yeah.
And I call for a drought upon the land,
Yeah.
and upon the mountains, and upon the corn, and upon the new wine, and upon the oil, and upon that which the ground bringeth forth, and upon men, and upon cattle, and upon all the labor of the hands.
So the Most High gonna bring a drought on everything. That's why you see now them heat wave, see them farmland drying up, you see men dropping out the race. The Most High gonna bring a drought on everything. You understand? That's what the Most High see gonna do. Right? And this we do it. Bringing a drought. Right? Ezekiel 14. No, Ezekiel 13. I think it was 9. Let's see. Right? So this is what the Most High doing. Most High gonna destroy the proud. Right? Ezekiel 13 and no, Ezekiel 14, 13.
Ezekiel 14 verse 13. It says, Son of man, when the land sinneth against me by trespassing previously,
Yeah.
then will I stretch out my hand upon it, and will break the staff of the bread thereof, and will send famine upon it, and will cut off man and beast.
Exactly. So the Most High said the land trespass against him previously. Right? And these land trespass previously. Right? So the Most High gonna send that. Right? The famine. And then them drought gonna cause the famine. Right? Right? Let's see, I'll find this precept. Right? The Most High see can do that. That's exactly what he gonna do. Right? For this precepts, the chief thing of man life. Right? And that's what the Most High gonna cut off from them. Like in the movie, the Book of Eli. But then said Washington said, he said the things that we was wasting is the same thing that they killing each other for right now, which is water, clothes, and food. Right? So let me see if I find this precept. The chief things of life. Yeah. Find it here. This is Ecclesiasticus chapter 29, verse 21. He said the chief things for life is water and bread and clothing. Say, and a house to cover thy shame. And this is the chief thing of life, and the Most High gonna take that away from you. Right? The Most High gonna take it away from the earth. The Most High gonna bring famine in this place. You understand? Most High gonna bring famine on you dumb niggas. Right? Most High gonna crash it down the system. Right? He can start the race war. He can send these martial arts through these foreign soldiers gonna be on these foreign islands. And I mean on these different lands. Put you Israelite into FEMA camp, put you Israelite to death. The ones who refuse to act not to Yahweh Hashem Yahushai. Right? Because he give them a charge. Against a hypocritical nation, which is tutor they used to call Negroes, Latinos, and Native American Indians. All they are saying that you are believe in God. Like these dumb niggas, they believe in the Almighty and the ancestors. Tiny niggas. You understand? They give more praise to these heathen and ancestors more than Yahweh Hashem Yahushai, who create all things, who create them, who give them breath, who have them living right now, who give them everything that they have. You understand? Yeah, something? Yeah, go ahead.
Second Ezra 9 verse 10. Start at verse 10. Say, for such as in their life have received benefits and have not known me. Already the Mosai do it, they turn the back.
Yeah.
All this love, all this with the Mosai give unto we, turn we back and we come and we spit in the face.
That's exactly what they do.
Right? See, and they that have looted my law, while they had yet liberty.
Yeah, they hate the Most High law. Hate it. Especially you Christian who teach the Lord on the way with, y'all hate the Most High law. Right? Y'all hate it. Y'all don't want the Most High law to establish. But hey, the Most High laws will come into full effect when this economy collapse. They come into full effect because the Most High will put the spirit on these men to do his law. Are you faggots? You lesbian? You idol worshiper? You men who like to commit adultery with other men's wife? You women who got your man like to go commit adultery? When this economy get into full destruction, the Most High gonna lay out the judgment. And when the Most High beam up his elect men and they come back down after the nuclear destruction, and all these islands not gonna be destroyed with nuclear. They have nuclear missiles, but these are the places who wasn't destroyed with nuclear weapon. When the Most High bring his men down back, those mighty men of valor, they're gonna lay out the Most High judgment. They're gonna lay out Yahweh Bashem Yahushai judgment. So all you can scarf now and monkey yourself. Right?
See, and they that have looted my law, while they had yet liberty, and when as yet place of repentance was open unto them, they understood not, but despised it. The same must know it after death by pain.
Yeah. You're gonna know it. Right? So the chief thing of life, read back again. This is Ecclesiasticus chapter 29, verse 21. It said the chief thing for life is water and bread and clothing and a house to cover thy shame. So these are the chief things of life, and the Most High gonna take that away. When this economy collapse.
That water go back to the law. But the bread of life. That water.
And also the physical water.
And the physical water.
And the thing is gonna be destroyed. I'm being close after that. I'm gonna read this one here. I'm close after the one in second. Start from I think it's from verse around 17, but the point is in verse 18. Let's start around 14. Read this one before. This is Isaiah chapter 65. Verse 9. Say, and I will bring forth a seed out of Jacob and out of Judah, an inheritance of my mountain, and my elect shall inherit it. Oh, bless it. Hey, Salapio. Right? It's and my elect shall inherit it, and my servant shall dwell therein. So the elect is of the nation of Israel, which is 144,000 in 1/3 men and children. They are the elect. These who gonna enter into the kingdom, because the kingdom of heaven is in the elect. Do you Christians know that? Kingdom is in the kingdom of heaven is in the elect. Kingdom of heaven is this knowledge, beginning with this knowledge of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai. Right? You understand? This in Luke. Matter of fact, let me get it quick. Alright. Let me get it quick. This is Luke. Alright. People say the kingdom of heaven is within you. Alright, this is Luke. I think it's this is Luke chapter 17, verse 20. He said, and when he was the man of the Pharisees, when the kingdom of the Most High should come, he answered them and said, the kingdom of the Most High cometh not with observation, neither shall they say, lo here, or lo there, for behold, the kingdom of the Most High is within you. Right? So the kingdom of the Most High is within his elect. Let's just show these heathens can't make it. The kingdom of heaven is nothing, none of these heathens. These heathens they're gonna be in the kingdom of heaven as servants. They're not gonna dwell among us. They're gonna be servant. They're gonna dress our fine yard, they're gonna reap our crops, they're gonna plant our crops, they're gonna take care of our livestock, right? They're gonna babysit our children, right? There's the job. But the kingdom of heaven is in the elect, which is the wisdom, knowledge, understanding the Heavenly Father. The perfect understanding of these scriptures. Right? So let me go back to what I was reading in Isaiah. Right? We jump down to verse 11. He said, but ye are they that forsake the Lord. He said, that forget my holy mountain, that prepare a table for that troop, and that furnish the drink offering unto that number. He said, therefore will I number you to the sword, and he shall all bow down to the slaughter. Because when I called, he did not answer, and when I speak, he did not hear, but did evil before my eyes, and did choose that wherein I delighted not. And this 2/3 of our people, right? This 2/3 of you so-called Negroes, this 2/3 of you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native American Indian. You understand? Think your deeds we're doing is not right in the eyes of the Heavenly Father. You know, worshiping all them idols. You know, you women committing adultery left, right, and center. You got a whole bag of man. You understand? You men know that the woman have a man is still going to live with the woman. A man can have more than one woman. According to the scriptures, a man can have multiple wives. But if a man have a woman, you gotta leave that alone. That's wickedness. Right? So the most I see you're gonna number 2/3 after the sword because you refuse to hearken unto the most high voice. Right?
Now we see what if the righteous scarcely deceived, where shall the ungodly appear? The making and very. Like I say, the multitude. It's gonna be a great death.
Exactly. Hey, shalom to great man, stone forever. Yashimaya. Shalom up, Yahweh, Shemya, Shemya, Badash. Yeah. Right, verse 13. Read back verse 12. He said, Isaiah 65:12. He said, therefore I will number you to the sword, and he shall all bow down to the slaughter, because when I call, he did not answer, and when I speak, he did not hear. How the Most High call and speak to his men, to his prophets, and I refused to hearken. Right? He did not answer. When I speak, he did not hear, but did evil before my eyes, like these scoffers who mock it, you know, who are mocking, laughing and mocking and trying to overthrow the Most High doctrine. Hey, y'all finished. Right? He said, and they choose that wherein I delighted not. Therefore, thus said the Lord, power, behold, my servant shall eat, but he shall hungry. Behold, my servant shall drink, but he shall be thirsty. Behold, my servant shall rejoice, but he shall be ashamed. So, the elect gonna eat in the day of famine. They're gonna be taken care of. And you retarded niggas, who thought that you so-called Negroes, Latino, Native American Indian, who refuse correction, who don't wanna turn back their heritage, who wanna continue to be in the mindset of these heathens, they are gonna be destroyed. Right? They are gonna be destroyed. He said, behold, my servant shall sing for joy of heart, but he shall cry for sorrow of heart, and shall howl for vexation of spirit. You understand? And this is what gonna happen. Right? Most I say his servant gonna eat in the time of drought, time of famine, time of race war. The Most High gonna protect them. Right? Most I say he gonna protect us in the day of famine. Right? I get it. You have something? Let me get one. Yeah, the Most I see to protect me in the day of famine. I think that's Psalms 39. Psalms 33.
Hey, when that time reaches, they're gonna be like this. Yeah, hey, we didn't want another for food.
God. this will be close up with it. Well, it is. Yeah. Let me this one. This is Psalms 39, verse 80. Behold, the eyes of the Lord is upon them that fear him. And he said, upon them that hope in his mercy. So the eyes of the Lord, Yahweh Hashem Yahushai, is upon them that fear him. So you retarded monkeys who have no respect for the name of Yahweh Hashem Yahushai. Hey, the Most High have y'all numbered. Most High mark y'all. The angel already get a commandment to fuck y'all up.
That's right.
Just at the right time. Because the Most High is long suffering, or the Most High get time to repent. You understand? But the Most High will get each and every one of you. Right? Verse 19. To deliver their soul from death, to keep them alive in famine. These are the men that fear Yahweh Hashem Yahushua. You can deliver the soul from death and keep them alive in the time of famine. Right? Yahweh Hashem Yahushua say you're going to do that. Right? Yeah.
That's 3.119.
Yeah, read for men and said they're going to be sedition among men and invading one another. All right. Good.
2 Ezra 15, verse 16.
Yeah, go ahead.
He said, for there shall be sedition amongst men and invading one another. They shall not regard their king nor princes, and the course of their action shall not stand in their power. A man shall desire to go into a city and shall not be able. For because of their pride, city shall be troubled.
Yeah, the city will be troubled because we might want to go down and show going on. We can't go there because it's looting and murders that I can take going on down there. They killing each other for food. You understand? Gunman take over the street. You understand? The trading women and children for what? Rice and peas. That's what gonna be going on there. You understand? And they're gonna happen all over the world. They're gonna happen. You understand? Go ahead.
Therefore, because of their pride, the city shall be troubled.
Yeah.
The houses shall be destroyed.
The houses shall be destroyed.
And men shall be afraid.
And you niggas gonna be afraid. Y'all gonna be afraid. And the God of Africa not gonna save y'all. Land of Africa not gonna save y'all. Wool and melanin not gonna save y'all. Christianity not gonna save y'all. Allah not gonna save y'all. Power, the true living power, Yahweh Hashem Yahushua gonna deliver his men. Men who fear him.
Right.
He can deliver those men and he can deliver those men household. Right? And these sincere sisters who listen in silence and who humble themselves, hey, Yahweh Hashem Yahushua gonna deliver them too, because the elect were ordained to be delivered before the foundation of the earth. Right? Go ahead.
19. He said, a man shall have no pity upon his neighbor.
They just was saying that.
Right.
A man that got no pity for your own father, your own brother, that he hungry. He hungry. And that's where you can see a lot of these dumb niggas. You can see the true integrity. Right, go ahead.
But shall destroy their houses with the sword.
Yeah.
And spoil their goods.
Yeah.
Because of the lack of bread.
Because of the lack of bread. The Most High gonna bring the drought. The Most High see gonna bring the drought. Understand? The Most High see cut the staff of bread. Right, go ahead.
And for great tribulation.
Yeah, then for great tribulation, they're gonna destroy the earth by sword because of lack of bread. You understand? There's the time that we coming into. You understand? Things that keep going up. The dollar keep dying every day. Inflation. When you see price go up, it's not that goods going up. No, it's the dollar losing value. Once the dollar keep losing value, things keep going up. Right? So hey, you so can Negroes, Latinos, and Native American Indian, and the confusion of facing Israelites. Once you see go back to our forefather Jacob, who didn't change to Israel, you are Israelite. Salvation is to you. Right? Repent. Better turn back to Yahweh Hashem Yahushua. Turn away from the ways of this wicked society. Stop following the ways of the society. Stop walking the image of the so-called white man, which is wickedness. Right? And repent. You know, to while to the Yakim on the coming board. You understand? And I know with that, what was edified, you want to give our praises and honor, glory to Yahweh, Hashem Yahushua, Hashem Rakakodash. double honors to the apostles and elders who were at Grateful Stone, and a blessed sanitation to the Achaeans in the folk and the earth, pushing the gospel and sincerity. Truth, Shalom.
Shalom.